The spirit of Wilmington comes from one place, the hearts of its residents. Take a look.
We're not waiting for someone to come save us. We're going to save ourselves, and we're going to do it together.
We've had our confidence in our government. We've had our confidence in our jobs. And right now, things seem so uncertain, and really the only thing that's certain right now is God.
For our family, for me, that we feel that as part of our relationship with the Lord as being Christians, that we value praying for other people, that we think it's important to lift up other people's needs more than our own.
I know God is hearing their prayers, but I think if nothing else, and it just encourages me and builds my faith, builds my family's faith.
Will God not grant justice to his elect who are crying out day and night? Yes, he will. He'll do that and grant it speedily. That's why we encourage each other.
It could have been great heartbreak, and in a sense it was, but heartbreak is always different when you're around people who are going to hold you up, who are going to take care of you.
In spite of everything that has happened, the situation with DHL packing up and leaving and all of that unemployment, we're going to be a stronger, better community 5 years from now than we were 5 years ago.
I do believe that God is trying to show an example of his kingdom, and that if a community in times of hardship will love the broken and pull together, with 32 churches involved. Each church does 1 meal a month.
When a girl came in, she had a young child. She came in, desperately needed a job. She had no unemployment, and she didn't know what she was going to do. My front desk staff member said, I will cut my hours by this many. You can give them to that young girl and her child. I can do that.
It's exciting to see people return and paying it forward to help others, watching them to encourage those who are where they were at one time.
We used to have a small cabin at a lake near here. I was driving back and forth to the cabin weekly, and I'd have to go past this old building that was chained up, and it looked empty and was empty. One day I was coming through town, and the owner happened to be here, and he asked me, are you going to buy my hotel? And I said, I'd really like to, but I'm a nurse, my husband's a firefighter, we have 5 children, that probably isn't happening for me. And he said, it's okay, I'll give you a loan. And I thought, what do you mean you'll give me a loan? He goes, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I happen to own all these banks. And that was it. I bought the hotel that day.
My wife had been a teacher for about 12 years and decided it was time to follow her dream and become a bookstore owner. So she went to American Bookseller School and got a little information on opening a bookstore, and with no more brains than that, we did it.
Our little town is also not like any other little town. We still have Christmas down our main street every year. We have a corn festival in the fall for harvest, and most people here still go to church every Sunday.
I have one wonderful lady who is in her late 80s, who every time she comes into a show, I always get to hear the story about, she points out this chandelier where her and her future husband sat there on their first date, and he put her arm around her.
3 years ago, if you were in Clinton County and didn't have a job, it's because you chose not to have a job. And we went from that to having the highest unemployment in the state of Ohio.
Our mayor was in Germany. They were celebrating these big hubs that DHL had, and we were the United States hub, and they had invited him. The same day that he was there for that celebration is the day they said they were going to close this hub and move out.
I was working at DHL. So I was at work when that announcement came out, and I can't think of a larger, a harder slap in the face than that.
8,000 jobs were lost. We're a town of only 12,000 people, so it affected every single person here.
People aren't going on vacation. People aren't going out to eat. A lot of the restaurants have had a really hard time. A lot of families have lost their homes. We're going to be a stronger, better community 5 years from now than we were 5 years ago. I'm committed to that. And a lot of that is just because of the spirit of these people.
We're not waiting for someone to come save us. We're going to save ourselves, and we're going to do it together.
Back now with part 2 of America's First Christmas. Watch.
I still think it's fun to be Santa, but it's really fun to be a kid. It's really fun to be a kid. Last year, I went and we got Nerf guns for Rafi. It was the best. But going shopping with my wife, she's never been a boy. Had no idea what she's looking for. She goes around and she's looking, she's looking at these stupid Nerf guns where you put, one thing in, it's got a little suction cup on it. This will be fun. I'm like 3 aisles down with one with the bullets that are all in the line. It's like Rambo. I come out of one aisle with like 2 Nerf guns, like. And I'm like, this is the greatest ever! And I'm standing there with those guns, and my wife comes out. Oh, no, you are not gonna get it. Don't give me it. We're not teaching our kid violence. You're standing there with a gun, Mama. Oh, I don't know. And she just... And the reason why I have 2 of them is because they're 2 different brands. And I can't decide which one is better. This one or this one. That we're not even considering. This one or this one. And she's still... And behind her is like this 9-year-old boy. And he comes up by himself. And he's standing right behind him, right behind her. And she's... And he comes right behind her and he's like... And I'm standing there with a gun and she's... I'm like... And she does this, she turns around. Are you 2 deciding which gun? And the kid looks and goes, yeah, I think that one's much better. So of course we got that one. I want you to know that I truly, truly value your time, your input, and your friendship to me and to everybody on the staff. Next year, I'm a little tired of being the bell ringer. I'm a little tired of being Paul Revere. There comes a time that even Paul got off the horse and said, you don't get it now, dummy, you're on your own. And I think there'd be a time, too, that everybody went, Paul, put the damn bell down, you're driving us nuts. I find our country in a unique place. This is it, gang. This is really it. This will separate us, the men from the boys. We will either go down as just every other country, every other group of people that had a shot, and we blew it because we concentrated on the stuff. Materialism was the mortar that kept our bricks together. Or we will be the people. And this has never happened in human history. But with communication, with what we have at our disposal, we can change it. We can change our own course. We do not have to go the way of every other great people. We do not have to go that way. We can change everything. we can change our own course, and that's why I wanted to be in Wilmington so badly, because I see what you're doing. I see what's happening here. I have been looking and I have been praying. And you know the great thing? You're not alone. You're not the only community like this. Next year, I'm launching the E4 project. E4. My mission is to remind Americans of the 4 E's. If we restore the 4 E's and dedicate ourselves to these 4 things, we will turn the ship around. It may not be in the shape that we want it to be in. It's not going to be. Let me ask you, Wilmington, is your life like it was 5 years ago? Is it worse? Is it? It's different. It's different. My father taught me there's no such thing as bad. There's no bad experience. It's what you do with that experience. It's how you react to that experience. Well, I'm not going to react and say it's bad. It's tough. It hurts. But let's not be a bunch of whiny babies about it. We knew. We knew. We all knew the debt. Come on. How many of us really thought we were going to get our Social Security and are under 50? Come on. We knew. We wanted to believe. Santa's magic exists. Timothy Geithner's magic does not. And so next year, I'm going to explain the 4 E's. The 4 E's. The first E is enlightenment. You've done it here. A little storefront right across the street. You restore God to his rightful place. When you do that, when that is your foundation, you'll make it. Next year, E1, enlightenment. E2, education. E3, empowerment. Don't you dare let anyone tell you you can't do it. You can do it. You can do anything. 15 years ago, nobody would cross the street to shake my hand. I was a hopeless alcoholic. Look at this. Don't tell me it can't be done. Damn right it can be done. Empowerment is E3. And the power of the entrepreneur is number 4. Next year is a new year and a new beginning in America. E4. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for a great year. God bless you. God bless you.